In this video, I'm going to show you how to get the best out of Harman RED. Harman RED is the second film released by Harman, which is the color film sister company of Ilford, which you might know from hits such as HP5 and others. After their debut film release, which was Phoenix, a film that turns things a little bit red, they decided to go all the way and release a film that turns, as the name suggests, everything very red. Now, how does it do that, you might be wondering? It does that through a method called red scaling. Essentially, a roll of film is built up of different layers of light-sensitive material. Light passes through these layers and is captured. Blue light has the shortest wavelength, so that one goes first, then green, and finally red. What red scaling does is flipping those color channels around, so the light passes through the red channel first, leaving less light for the other channels, and essentially turning everything red. So technically, you could red scale any color film if you had the time, the tools, and the inclination to respool film yourself. But Harman has done it for you, so you can just go out and buy it. So, nice. Unless that one scene from Blade Runner is running in your head on repeat, this is probably not going to be an everyday kind of film stock for you, and that's okay. It is a very specific film and it has very specific uses. You can think of regular color film like a hammer, very universal, useful for a great many things. Harman RED is more like this spanner wrench. It has a very specific niche use, but when you need it, there's nothing else quite like it. I've seen people use this film stock for some studio work, and I think that's a great choice. But I want something different. I want to be Blade Runner man, right? So a few months ago, I took a trip to Rotterdam and it was super foggy, so the conditions were perfect. Today, I'm going to be shooting Harman RED for the first time. I'm going to be trying to shoot some cool architecture and try and get maybe some surreal, abstract-y type shots, which I think will suit this film stock very well. Let's see what we can get. I generally really enjoy fog, not just for photography. It gives ordinary places this otherworldly feeling. But when it comes to photography, it's really kind of a life hack. Like, compare these two photos, right? With very similar compositions. The first one feels kind of flat, there's not so much going on, but the second one with fog, instantly, boom, drama, suspense. Is great, I love it. Okay, some of this footage is not actually from Rotterdam, it's from later on in Groningen. I finished off this roll over multiple foggy days. Next up, fog really helps you simplify your surroundings. A lot of photography is about getting rid of distracting details, and fog does a lot of that work for you. With the haziness, it adds instant background-foreground separation. It makes silhouetting someone or something a lot easier. One thing you do need to be aware of, though, is with regular color film, it's very easy to guide the viewer's eye by the use of color, and with Harman RED, you do lose that ability. The thing on the roof with the water and the things, right? Yeah. So you need to really be aware of contrast in your compositions. It's a lot more like shooting black and white film in that way. So try to be very intentional. Think like silhouetting, framing, and depth are really your friend here. Okay, we have to talk about ISO and exposure for a second. The box of this film says it is a 125 ISO film. Now, I think of the ISO rating on film kind of like I think of traffic rules as a pedestrian. They're more of a suggestion than anything else. Don't call the ISO police on me, I'm not ready to be decommissioned. So I checked out some other people's results with this film, and I noticed that when you overexpose it, it tends to lean very yellow. You can see that in some of my own shots like this one and also this one. It has its uses, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing, but it's not quite what I was after. I really wanted those deep, deep, dark orange and red tones. So I opted to shoot this film at 100 ISO. It's not a big difference, but still. The light meter on my Spotmatic doesn't work, so I metered using an app on my phone. And even after getting those results back for metering for 100 ISO, I sometimes leaned a little bit faster on my shutter speed or a little bit more closed down on my aperture to really get that underexposed look I was after. I particularly like this shot of the Erasmus Bridge that I got. The tram lines add a lot of drama, and I like how the detail in the bottom of the frame just kind of falls away. I wouldn't have minded to have it a little bit more underexposed actually. I tried to edit out some of the details in post to simplify it even more, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. You do have to be careful when underexposing it too much though, because if you do want to keep some of those details, they get lost very quickly. In some of the scans that I got back, the shadows turned a very like muddy gray, which is not a very good look in my opinion. Now, to be fair, I didn't scan these images myself, so I don't know how much they've been pushed or pulled in that scanning process. I get them scanned and developed at a local store, and usually the results I get from them are fantastic. The only time I've had an issue with them is when I had them scan a roll of Phoenix film, because the color profile on the scanner wasn't set for that film, apparently. They did end up fixing it for me in the end and rescanned the film, which was very nice, but that is something to keep in mind and be aware of when you're having other people scan some more out there strange color film. Okay, so to recap, in my opinion, to get the best out of Harman RED, you need to do the following things. Be intentional about your subject and your shooting conditions. It is a specialized tool, it is not an everyday film stock. You need to really think about contrast in your compositions. Treat it almost like you're shooting black and white film. Underexpose it slightly to get those really nice deep dark reds and oranges. And shoot it in fog, because fog is great. I hope this is useful for you before you go shoot your first roll of Harman RED, or maybe you've shot it already and this inspires you to give it another try if you didn't quite like the results you got the first time around. If you want to see another video about shooting word film stock, you can watch this one about Lomo Purple. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.